Good morning. It's day one of another 6-day camping trip into the mountains of Colorado. This time we are heading down to the San Juan Mountains. I have never spent much time down there, so I'm really looking forward to exploring around. It's early October, which means it is leaf peeping season, and supposedly right now it is peaking down there, so we're really looking forward to that. It's about a 6-hour drive, so I'll spare you the I-70 footage this time. Of course, if we run across anything interesting, we'll pull over and get a shot of it. Hello, we are here. We are at Ridgway State Park, just north of Ridgway, Colorado, and just north of the San Juan Mountains. I picked this spot because it has it's kind of central to a couple different roads that can take you through the San Juans. I also didn't really know what to expect weather-wise this time of year. It could snow, so I want to make sure I had a spot, and so I reserved this about a month and a half ago. Pretty nice. It's an asphalt road, asphalt pad, got a nice concrete walk out to a concrete patio for the tent campers. There's pads for them. And the spaces, you know, they're spaced out pretty good between all the campers. Not like a KOA where you're right on top of each other. So this will be home base for the next couple days, and we'll see what we can explore while we're down here. What do you think, Theo? Good spot? So about 50 feet up from our camp spot is a trailhead for Sunset Ridge Trail that looks out over the reservoir. We're going to head on down there and take a look. If Theo doesn't drag me all over the place. Well, Theo wasn't going to let me walk down the path and film at the same time. So we got to an overlook here, and here's the reservoir. And in the distance there, those are the San Juans. So one day we'll go off to the left, and that'll take us down through Ridgway, Ouray, and Silverton. And then that's called the $1 Million Highway, or Highway 550. Apparently cost $1 million a mile when they built it. That's how it got its name. Then off to the right, we'll go over a pass and down into Telluride. So we've got lots to see on this trip. We'll go see what we find. Well, it's the morning of day 2, bright, shiny, sunny morning. We're going to go ahead and get on the road and head down the $1 Million Highway and check out some of the small towns. America. That's a big flag. I'm sure this is the first of many roadside attractions. We got a little donation box here for their flag. 101 foot tall pole. Flag is 30 by 60. It says, due to wind and weather, flags have to be replaced once per year with scheduled repairs monthly. Donations to help maintain this flag are greatly appreciated. Well, you're welcome. Ophir, Colorado, Switzerland of America. Let's go take a look. Ouray, like a lot of these mountain towns, have all kinds of things to do. They even have a nice hot spring. Nothing like Glenwood Springs, but sure Theo would like it. This is the historic mining town of Ouray. Pretty popular stopover for folks. We'll probably come back here for lunch. Not going to be able to get much windshield time on this road. It's pretty windy and treacherous. This looks like it might be a kind of a fun one. Well, fortunately, they have a number of places you can pull over and take a look. This is a pretty popular one. San Juans were primarily volcanoes. This is the remnants of one of them. There's something else here that everybody likes to see. Let's go check it out. This is a pretty popular overlook for a couple reasons. Kind of gets you right out over the edge. As you can probably hear, it's a major waterfall. But it's no secret that this was a historic mining area. As we continue through the mountains here, there's lots of evidence of all the old mines. You know, each mountain range in Colorado is unique. The San Juans are no exception. I haven't quite put my finger on it yet, but before we leave, I'm sure we'll figure it out. You know, it's hard to get away from the road noise. The scenery is definitely worth it. I may just show some of this without the sound. Some nice music behind it. Okay, we made it over Red Mountain Pass. The road down was really windy and there was nowhere to pull off, but it was actually quite the view. So we're going to head on down and head towards Silverton, and we might stop along the way, but all these stops are starting to drag the day out, so I'm going to probably grab lunch down there. And here's the town of Silverton. Hopefully the train's down there. We'll go check it out. Okay, this is downtown Silverton. Looks like a lot of old historic buildings are still here, being repurposed for all kinds of goodies. Looks like a lot of places to eat. There's a barbecue spot, and that might be our spot. We'll just have to see where we can go with Theo. Nice old buildings. This looks like a popular spot. We'll give it a try. Okay, barbecue it is. Like they say, the Old West lives here. Until you die. One of the big attractions is the Durango to Silverton Railroad. It's a historic narrow gauge railroad. Someday we'll give it a try. Quite the machine they got there.
May I?
Sure, give him a pet.
Hey there, Labrador. I have Labradors all at home and I miss mine.
Yeah. Actually, I had an offer years ago to either take this trip or get a dog.
You got the dog and now you're on the trip.
Well, I'm not on the train yet, but I might be on the train soon.
Yeah, I had a black lab like him named Calvin.
Calvin, this is Theo.
Huh?
This is Theo.
Hi, Theo.
Well, let's see what else we can find. We could see John Wayne staying here. Well, probably time to get back on the road and head north back over the pass. I'm sure we'll see more, so we'll probably stop a few more times. There's plenty to see. Okay, a little sneak peek. A couple days we're going to be back. We're going to get off the pavement away from the noise. And we're going to go over what's called Ophir Pass. It connects, it's a road, dirt road. It connects 550 to a road over by Telluride. I don't think we'll go all the way to Telluride, but it looks pretty interesting up there. Among the traffic noise, now we have helicopters. They're doing some tree removal in the area, which sounds like a pretty expensive way to remove trees to me. Another interesting roadside attraction is the snow shed. The avalanches have taken this road out enough times that they decided to protect it. One of the other things you may have noticed or were wondering about is all the aspen have kind of peaked, at least in this area. We haven't seen too much. There's still small patches of color. There's still lots of color going on. There's color in the rock. There's even color in the creek down below. That's Redstone Creek coming down from the mines. So it has a lot of iron in it, kind of giving it that orange color. Okay, we're back in Ouray. We're going to take a road up to what's called Amphitheater Campground, but the gate's closed. We'll see if we can get a shot of what they call the amphitheater, though. You'll see what I mean. Okay, this is what they call the amphitheater. The campground kind of sits up in there somewhere. I think it's appropriately named. Okay, it's the morning of day 3. Kind of a cloudy day today. I think today we're just going to kind of hang out here at Ridgway State Park. It's quite a large park. There's a couple other campgrounds. There's a marina, visitor center, swimming beach, although I doubt we'll go swimming, but maybe Theo will go, we'll see. So anyway, we'll just see what happens today and see what we can find. Okay, looks like they have a pretty nice visitor center here. Sun came out, by the way. So we'll go check it out. Nature Center's got nature.
I've gotten mixed information from
The mountains of Colorado were pretty much Ute country. The Plains Indians were west of Denver. The Southern Ute tribe reservation is actually not far from here. We met up with a family friend of ours, Wes, and his son Lyle.
Say hi.
You say hi, Lyle? Dark in here. Say hi. He's getting antsy, so we're going to keep him out, I think. But we're at the outfall of the reservoir, where all the big fish are. Okay, ready?
Ready. Go for it. Here he comes. Woo! Yay!
area of the park has a playground, big shelters, horseshoe pits, volleyball courts, all kinds of things to do.
You're having fun now, huh?
We're at the Pockatoo Puck part of the park. This is the outfall where the dam is. They've got quite a recreation area down there and a number of campgrounds. And we spent most of the day down there actually, hanging out with Wes and Lyle. And yeah, it was pretty fun. Now, our campground is to the left. There's another campground to the right. And then moving ahead here, there's more campgrounds, and then this is where the marina and swim beach and all those good fun things are. Well, it looks like the marina is closed. Those are road spikes on the left, so I'm not going to go around that gate. This would be where the marina's at. Maybe we can get a view of it from somewhere. Another pretty nice playground over here. And the marina is just over the fence. And I'm sure that's the funnest slide in the park. Then you get your swim beach. It's all closed. See it from up here. And that facilities building over to the left there. We'll go take a look at it. Here's the facilities building. I heard they have, hot dogs and ice cream and that sort of stuff in the summer. Overlooks the marina. Out in the background. Here's another look from the other direction. Across the swim beach, over the playground, back to the facilities building. Poor Theo, stuck in the truck, doesn't get to come play. This is Dallas Creek day use area. Dallas Creek is one of the inlets that feeds the reservoir. Fishing and paddleboarding seems to be the popular thing to do down here, although there's no paddleboarders today. There's a big rental up at the parking lot. Well, we're heading back up to our campground now. We didn't get to see all the park today. We spent quite a bit of time down at the fishing area, playground. So I'll try to get some more shots in the next few days and get a good idea what this whole park's about. So far, I'm really impressed. This is a very nice park. Well, it's the morning of day 4. We're up bright and early, trying to get some photos of the mountain range there. It's a pretty popular spot here along the road. Still pretty noisy. But today we're actually going to get off pavement and go over that range somehow. There's a road up there. It's called Lost Dollar Road, and it goes over to Telluride. So we're going to spend our day over there. It's mostly private property up here, so we're pretty much going to have to stick to the road. It looks like this road may actually go around that mountain, so that might be how we get there. But it looks like we're going to get pretty close to it. Now that's what I'm talking about. This is the kind of roads I like to drive on. It looks like we have some mountain grouse up here, some kind. Let's see how close they'll let me get. Well, you can see them with this wide-angle lens, but they're letting me get really close. They are pretty dumb birds. You are a dumb bird. had my shotgun, I could get you. Both of you. Okay, we're starting our descent down into Telluride. We'll see what we find down here. Well, the road does touch a corner of the National Forest, so we decided to pull over to give Theo a break, and thought maybe we'll just get the drone up and see what we can see. Okay, here we are, Telluride. We're going to be a little busier town than the last two. Let's go check it out. So here's the historic part of town, and they are having a horror show here. It's a film festival. They do it every year, and we'll be meeting Clancy and Willie for dinner, and I think Wes and his family are going to join us as well. So in the meantime, we'll see the sights. So a lot of these back streets are full of these small, cute little houses. Views to the mountains. Okay, had a bite of lunch, and now we're going to head on up into the canyon and go see Bridal Falls. I think it's the tallest set of falls in Colorado. So this is the road up to the falls. It's pretty bumpy. It's definitely four-wheel drive. There's a parking area at the base where the people can hike up. But from what I can tell, it looks like it's not flowing. There's a old power generation station up there that's still active, and they might be diverting the water through the turbines. It is late summer. It has been pretty dry, so I'll see if how close we can get though. Check it out. Well, it's not the falls we were looking for, but something. Well, we're here. Looks like there's still some water coming over it. It's hard to see from the road, but it's nothing like it is in the spring though. Let's see if we can get some better shots. Okay, we're back down off the mountain there. That was quite the road. Now we're heading on back to Telluride. We'll meet up with Clancy, Willie, Wes and his family and grab some dinner. Okay, we're back in town. Let's see what else we can find. This is one of the base areas for the ski area. This one's down in town where you can catch a gondola and go back and forth to the main ski area. Nice little residential area. Sure, they're pretty pricey during peak season. Especially the ones right next to the river. The streets north of Main Street are lined with old buildings or small homes. Some old, some new, all in kind of a Victorian style. It has a great view down the street of the mountains. And here's where they're doing the horror show. So here's our group. Everybody say cheese. You guys too. Well, time to say goodbye to Telluride. Pretty cool town. See why it's so popular. Didn't even manage to get up to the ski area, but it's got a lot going for it. I would say that we could probably spend a whole week here and still not run out of things to do. So maybe sometime in the future I'll make it back. It's especially fun when you can meet people here and do things as well. So maybe there's a future in that too. Anyway, we're heading back to camp and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. It's day 5. A couple days ago I mentioned that we were going to get off pavement, get away from the noise, and head up this valley. This is what's called Ophir Pass. There's a small town called Ophir up here somewhere. So we'll see what that's all about. This is mostly going to be national forest, so we should be able to get off this road and check out some other things, depending on what we run into. So let's go check it out. So on this trip, we'll be on the east and south side of a lot of these peaks. So unlike some of the other days, we'll have the sun at our back, and we should have some pretty good light. Well, I'm not quite sure what that is down there. It looks like snow or ice, but it's not, because we would see a lot more of it on this north-facing slope. The only thing I can think of is it's probably a heavy calcium deposit or something coming out of that hill. These mountains have all kinds of color in them. Okay, we are at Ophir Pass, 11,000 plus feet. Truck says it's 30 degrees up here, but in the sun, high altitude sun, feels more like 60. Probably time to get some sunscreen on. was pretty fun. The nice thing about being up here is we don't have drone restrictions like we've had other days. We can't drone in the park, can't drone off the highways. Pretty limited around Telluride and the other small towns. So we'll continue on and see what else we can find. This is one gnarly road. There's actually somebody down there waiting for me, so better get going. Okay, we're at the town of Ophir. Looks like buildings are fairly new. See what else we can find. Now, I'm not sure what makes Ophir Ophir, other than a few houses in a really nice valley. I think the only thing you can buy here is lemonade. Well, apparently those were just the suburbs. Here's the rest of the town. Well, here's more what you would expect. Older houses in a high altitude mining town. But it looks like they're growing. Town of Ophir, founded in 1881. Okay, back to pavement. That was quite the gnarly pass, by the way. Passed a few people in fake UVs trying to head up there. I don't think they're going to make it. It was way too bumpy and a lot of rock scree. One guy was even having trouble getting traction on a dirt road, so hopefully they make it back. Well, you've probably guessed by now, driving around the San Juans, there's a lot of this. There's just peaks and peaks and peaks everywhere, lots of color in the rock. I'm sure it was absolutely gorgeous during the peak aspen season. We're back at our campground now, and we're actually out on a rim trail that edges the reservoir right off the campsite. We actually stopped at a scenic overlook, and this will probably be the last shot of the trip here, as in the morning we're going to be packing up and heading back to Golden. But we got to accomplish a lot while we were here. There were some things we were hoping to do that didn't quite work out, but we put on a lot of miles and traveled a lot of roads and went over a pretty gnarly pass. So hopefully this gives you a good idea of this type of camping that I do, where I basically set up a base camp and then jump in the truck and explore as much as I can of an area. It's definitely something I wanted to do down here in the San Juans, as I hadn't really spent much time down here. I didn't want to just plunk myself in one spot and stay there the whole time. So we did a lot of traveling, saw a lot of beautiful landscape, a lot of mountain range, met up with Clancy and Willie and Wes and his family for dinner, and overall had a really good time. So unless something else pops up, we'll call this one done, and hopefully you enjoyed it.